Welcome back, everybody. It's Legit Lee back again with another video. Guess what? I finally did it. The whole Y-axis is fully operational. I have a NEMA 23 stepper motor that I configured and wired up. It was a 6 pole, but I made it just a 4 pole here. And I have it connected to basically a telephone wire. It's like the ones you use for a regular telephone. Before we started using Ethernet cords and all that, the original like telephone wire. And so I have it hooked up to the Ramps 1.4 board, and it has an LCD screen here. And just a full graphics display. And I tried running this off of a ANET A8 motherboard, and it did okay for the most part, but when I tried to home the Y-axis, it was jerking and kind of cutting out. Like basically the drivers on here aren't powerful enough to run this setup that intensely, because this has a lot of weight and this has a lot of torque, and without the right power going through to it, it's not going to do all that great. So, because everything is powered off of the ANET motherboard's power input basically, but the Ramps has power coming from the computer and power coming from the power supply that's in the back there. I have a power supply behind my computer there. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at is I finally was able to make it drive. I have the belt on here. I fastened the belt down with some old 3D printed plastic pieces. I cut them down and drilled some holes to help strap it into place, and they're doing great. It cracked a little bit on the top here, but it's fine as long as it can pull and jerk my Y-axis around. And that's just temporary. I'll probably wind up 3D printing and designing something that I hope mount this down. But I just wanted to show you guys that it actually is working. So I'm connected right now, and I'll go ahead and put 10 forward. I'll just have to tap it. I don't know if you guys could see that. Move my computer a little bit so you guys could see. And that's by 10, and then I could do 100. So yeah guys, it's working, and I could home it, but the only bad part about the homing is I don't have end stops yet for this. I have to buy some. I mean, I have some for the ANET. I could configure the ones I have for the ANET for this setup, but I haven't done it yet. So I don't know if I'm gonna just buy some or just use the ANET end stops that I have lying around here. But I can home it. I'll just have to cut off the power supply in the back. But you'll see that it homes just fine, but the ANET, for some reason, it just didn't want to home. It wasn't enough power for the stepper motor and all the torque. So it just kind of stuttered and was, I guess, skipping. But you can see that it's clearly working right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up just another, we'll do another 100. That was 100. Oh, it's because, I'm sorry. Basically, this is ANET A8 programming, and the motherboard basically thinks that there's only 280 millimeters worth of travel length. So it's gonna stop after 280 millimeters. And with me doing a few 10s and then 100, and then it did another 100 and went all the way out to where it thought it could be at. It was too far out right now inside of its brain, thinking that it can't go no further than that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and home the Y-axis, and I'll flick my power switch off so that way I could shut off the power going to the stepper motor, so that way I don't have to worry about the bed crashing into anything over here. So let me get set up for that. Alright, Y-axis, hold this power switch, and here we go. Let's see, it has enough power to move it. And there we go. Yeah, I bumped a little bit because I shut off the power going to it, and that's why my light cut off, because I have power coming from my light. But you guys can see what I'm talking about. And then all I have to do is disconnect from the software, then reconnect, and it'll reset the whole motherboard and everything over here. And then all I have to do is click the on button. My light will come back on, obviously, and the motherboard is fully connected, so the ramps is back on and running. So now we could move it forward 100 if we want it, and another 100. See, now if we try to do one more 100, it'll move all the way to 80 millimeters, but that's as far as, or 40. It may be 40 millimeters. I'm not sure if it's 240 or 280. Either way, it's only going to move a little bit, then it's going to stop. It's not going to do a full 300 millimeters. See, it stopped right there. I guess it is 40. So it only goes 240. So from right here to right there, and that's only, it's in dead, pretty much almost dead center of my print bed space. So I have another travel. I just have to tweak basically the motherboard's code for it to be able to travel a longer distance. So I'll do that on a shorter date here. But as far as I can tell, everything is coming together nicely. The ANET's programming is pretty much okay for this basic setup. I just have to tweak it a little bit, and this stepper motor is working amazingly. The next step I have to do now is add my heated silicone pad to my aluminum bed, so that way I could get a heated bed basically. So that will be in my next video. I hope you guys are liking these videos. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think about it. This is going to be one of those steady, ongoing processes, but as you can see, I'm clearly getting there. After the whole bed is done, then I'm going to move on to my Z-axis to make sure that's working correctly. Then after that, it'll probably just be my X-axis, so that way I could get my X-axis working correctly also. So after Y, I'm going to go to Z, and then we're going to go back to X. Instead of doing X, Y, Z, because I need to have my Z properly made before I could do the X, basically. But it's getting there, guys. I hope you guys are liking this video. Leave comments. If you have questions, I'll reply. You guys are great. I'm loving everything that you guys are saying to me, so keep up the good work, and I'll keep up the good work also.